Hi, how are you doing? Yeah, welcome to the Equinox library. Yeah. So, yes, I have found some great books for you, like we talked about on the phone. Yeah, lots of wrestling books. I know you said you're really into wrestling, so I got a few wrestling books and whatnot, and then horror books as well. Oh, and murder mystery. Got that for you as well. I got you. I'm gonna start off with what's behind me here. This is something that we had sitting around. It's a bit older, I think, but it's not really reading material as much as just kind of something to look through. More like a magazine. You know, we do have magazines here as well. So yeah, this is the WWE official program, and it's huge. I mean, you can just look through it all. I mean, just tons of content and wrestlers. I believe this is from 2016. See on the front here, you got Randy Orton, Kalisto, Becky Lynch before the man, Dean Ambrose, Naomi, Bray Wyatt, John Cena, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, The New Day, Big E, Xavier, and Kofi, Finn Balor, Sasha Banks, and Charlotte. Would you like to take this out? You would? Oh, okay. It's an interesting look through. Speaking of magazines, I also have 2 wrestling magazines for you. So first off, this is from December 2019. This is Pro Wrestling Illustrated 29th Annual PWA 500. Seth Rollins leads them all. Nice artwork. Of course, on the back here, you have the ad for one of the worst games to ever exist. WWE 2K20. And here, of course, in the magazine, you get lots of nice articles. A couple of articles plus the PWA 500. Yeah. Awesome. Would you like to rent this? You would. Yep. The other one I have for you is from August 2020, or well, I guess before August 2020 because I have it right now. This is another Pro Wrestling Illustrated. Marty Scurll, Nyla Rose, Jacob Fatu, Keith Lee. WrestleMania, the real winners and losers. The biggest winners, Braun Strowman, Drew McIntyre. Biggest losers, AJ Styles, John Cena. And then, of course, you got lots of things in here. Once again, just tons of articles. Would you like this one as well? Yeah. let's take a look. I guess since we're on wrestling, let's take a look at the wrestling things then. We'll start with the least book-like thing. Well, it is a book, but it's not like a biography, which most of these are. This one's just kind of a little bit different. It's actually forwarded by Daniel Bryan. Now this, unfortunately, someone that had this book broke it off, but it usually has a string tied around it. And it opens like that. It's chock full of a bunch of stuff. It's kind of just like the rules of WWE, and it's an official WWE book. Would you like to have this one? No? Another problem. So, our first book on wrestling is an autobiography. This is Chris Jericho, Undisputed, New York Times bestseller. This, of course, was made in, I think, 2011. It is 506-page book, including some photos as well. Just some of Chris Jericho's best moments in wrestling. Would you like this? You would. Okay, awesome. I will put it there for you. Next up, this one's going to get a little controversial. This is Benoit. Of course, a story about Chris Benoit. Yeah. Wrestling with horror that destroyed a family and crippled a sport. Essays by Stephen Johnson, Heath McCoy, Erwin Mushnick, and Greg Oliver. So it's full of photos, stories about him. Quite sad. Yes, this was made in I believe 2007. Would you like to give this one a whirl? You would? Okay, yeah, for sure. Okay. Up next was another Chris Jericho book. That's right, we got two. This one's a hardback. This is Chris Jericho's No is a four-letter word. How I failed spelling but succeeded in life. It's hardback cover. My playlist one has some pictures in it too. However, I could be wrong. It's got some couple more years of Chris Jericho. More recent, like his Y2AJ. His match with Dean Ambrose in the Asylum match. It's kind of more recent. Jericho thinks his match with Bray Wyatt. The List of Jericho, baby. His match with Styles. This book was made in 2017, so very, very recent. I've personally read this one. Amazing read. I've only read a little bit of the other Chris Jericho one, but yeah, this one's really good. Would you like this one as well? Yeah, why not? I mean, you can get more current stories, of course. Oh, wow, okay, well, that's a problem. Okay, well, this one, unfortunately, doesn't have a cover for some reason. This is Wrestling for My Life, Shawn Michaels biography. I don't know the year that it was made. I don't know what happened to the cover. This was in 2014, so also very recent. Would you like this one? No? Yeah, I know. We're going to get a new copy soon. A lot of people actually like this one, so we haven't had time to replace it. I mean, nice pictures and stuff, but yeah, I understand why you wouldn't want to work a copy. I think we do have another copy, but it's actually out right now. Alrighty, next up. Andre the Giant, A Legendary Life by Michael Krugman. That's right, the life of Andre, the eighth wonder of the world. Even you don't even have to be a wrestling fan, and you know who Andre is. There's a lot of pages in this. A 300-page plus book. This is a great one. I've also read this one. This one was made in 2009. Would you like this one? You would. You're gonna be leaving with a lot of books today, man. Yeah. Now here's one of my favorites. Probably, if not my favorite, actually, for autobiographies. For wrestlers go, at least. This is Rowdy. The Roddy Piper story. The Roddy Piper story, there we go. A biography of their father, so it's written by Ariel Teal Toombs and Colt Baird Toombs. Thoughts on Roddy Piper from his friends and peers. We got some mentions by people like Chavo Guerrero Sr., Judo, Gene LaBelle, and Edge. Of course, Adam Cole. This was written, yeah, you can see the cool. This was written in 2016, so it's also quite recent. I think that was the year he passed away. Yeah. Want this one? I recommend it. Alright, now we're going to move on to horror books. Alright? This one I'm going to recommend, I personally am not a fan of this book. I read it all. Just honestly wasn't a fan. This is called Mind Game by Iris Johansson. This is actually a romance, I think. Oh, why the hell is this in here? Yeah, this is a romance. Right. Okay. let's get into the actual murder mystery / horror books with this one. This is Haunted by James Herbert. This book was written, made in 2000, I think, 1988. So it's an older book. This book is really good. Really good. It's not an extremely long book, only with 228 pages. Three nights of terror at the house called Edbrook. 3 nights in which David Ashe, there to investigate a haunting, will be victim of horrifying and maleficent games. 3 nights in which he will face the blood-chilling enigma of his own past. 3 nights before Edbrook's dreadful secret will be revealed, and the true nightmare will begin. Remember the fear. Such a good book. Would you like to try this one out? Yeah, I can guarantee you won't regret it. Give it a shot. Good choice. Next up, prepare to get your heart broken, because we're going to the Heartbreak Lounge. Of course, Heartbreak Lounge, written by Wallace Strobe. Broken hearts can mend, but broken promises demand retribution. That's right, this is the Heartbreak Lounge. This book was written. In 2005. Yeah. They took Johnny's son away. After a 7-year stretch inside a Florida penitentiary for attempted murder, Johnny Harrow knows exactly what he'll do when he gets out. He's going home to the shabby Jersey Shore town where his girlfriend Nikki, of course, made the most selfless decision of her hard life, giving up their newborn son for adoption. It's time for Johnny to claim what's his. Now Johnny's coming back for the kid. Nikki has made one terrible mistake. She didn't tell Johnny her decision until the child was gone. She knows Johnny never forgets or forgives. She also knows what he's capable of. It's up to her to protect the child once again. But one man stands in his way, desperate to save the child from the seething menace that Johnny Harrow. Nikki turns to former New Jersey State Trooper Harry Rain for help. An investigator, Rain must crawl through the darkest corners of New Jersey underworld to find Johnny and stop him. But Johnny Harrow isn't a man who's often caught unaware, and so the game begins. Ooh, shit. What? Yeah, of course. Alright. Next up, we got another banger of a book here. Cut Through by Michael Slade. So this book was written in 1992. And I think there's altogether there's close to 400 pages. That's all the pages in the book, though. Yeah. The hunt for a savage serial killer in a thriller that embraces man's darkest fears. Runs a 3-ring circus of suspense. Okay, that's a bizarre series of grisly murders has San Francisco in a death grip. The work of a twisted serial killer somewhere in between man and monster. Behind this horrific rule lies a mystery as old as the American West itself, a secret worth protecting and worth killing for. From the cutting edge of a psychological terror comes the spellbinding novel that reaches from the darkest depths of the past to today's highest tech, from Custer's Last Stand to horror ripping through the American heartland. From a corporate octopus of unspeakable evil to the most monstrous serial killer ever to leave bloody footsteps through history, brace yourself for the ultimate terror rip. Take it. Oh, yeah. most known one here. This is a classic. It can never be beaten. It can never be touched. Stephen King's Misery. I'm not even going to read the back. You already know. It's about an author who gets kidnapped. Like crazy Annie. This was, of course, made. This masterpiece of a book, of course, was made in 1987. Once again, just shy of 400 pages. You want to take it? No? What? You've read it before? You can read this again, man. Don't watch the movie. Read the book. Maybe next time. All right, not a problem, man. I mean, yeah, you got a lot of books here, so I understand. Next up is a book that I tried getting into, but honestly, I struggled to get through it. I think I was a little more than halfway through when I just kind of gave up on the book. I wish I didn't, but unfortunately, it just really didn't do it for me. I'm not a big fan. Maybe you could try it. Maybe you'll like it more. This is Hush by Nancy Bush. This book was written in 2011. Once again, it's got like 430 pages. Cross your heart and hope to die. In the summer before their senior year, Kobe Rendell and her friends take a beach trip together. Around a campfire on a foggy June night, Kobe, Rhiannon, Yvette, and the others share their darkest fears before a tragic accident shatters the bond between them. 12 years later, Kobe attends a birthday party reunion that ends in horror when Yvette's sister's lifeless body is discovered in a hot tub. Soon, others in the original group of tale-tellers begin meeting similar fates. Unfortunate accidents, shrinking their numbers one by one. Conflicted by her growing feelings for Danner Lockwood, the investigating detective, Kobe races to unravel a mystery buried in the past, but someone is watching her every move. Someone prepared to kill again and again to protect a shocking truth. You want it? Give it a try. Alright, you got it. Our last horror book. I want to recommend another one, Room 33 by E.C. Sheedy. Currently reading that. Amazing. I have it rented out though. Sorry, buddy. But this one is one I also recently finished. So good. This is Death Row by William Bernhardt. This book, of course, was written 2003. It's got just about 400 pages. Oklahoma attorney Ben Kincaid put his reputation on the line when he represented Ray Goldman. The seemingly mild-mannered man was charged with massacring an entire suburban Tulsa family. When the prosecution's star witness Aaron Faulkner, the lone survivor of the slaughter, took the stand, Goldman's fate was sealed. But just as his date with the death chamber is imminent, Aaron abruptly recants her testimony. After 7 years of silence, she is desperate to keep an innocent man from dying. Yet the next day, Aaron herself is discovered dead, an apparent suicide, and Ben Kincaid is the only witness to her stunning confession. Now Ben must hunt down the killer, who is determined to cover his tracks with blood. You want this one? Give him a chance, man. And now for the miscellaneous, really quick. These are just books that we just got in. Yeah, it's the first that we got. Happy Little Accidents. The Wit and Wisdom of Bob Ross. Compiled by Michelle Witt. That's right. All it is, you get the biography of Bob Ross, which is great. And then you get a bunch of the paintings he did and all of his amazing quotes. So, this is a perfect book. Yeah, you better take it, man. Alright, and quickly, I'm just gonna go through this. First up, we got, you like superheroes? You do. This is the Marvel Encyclopedia. It's got every Marvel superhero and villain that you can name or think of. Right in this book. Trust me, take it. Yeah, it's cool. You get like, you know, all these characters and then all their information. Sick. And then we got DC Encyclopedia. Yeah. Same thing. Bit smaller because obviously Marvel has more characters, but DC still has a fuck ton too. So again on the inside, just all the characters and their info. This one's small. What, DC's better? Fuck yeah, man. I mean, Marvel's got cool characters, but like DC. What was it? Yeah. Alright. We're gonna get these books checked out for you. Stampy stamped, and they're yours, alright? Awesome. Thank you for coming to Equinox's library. Appreciate your business.